you're 99% confident in something that we have no proof and we have no way to test, and it's your truth.
A way of falsifying.
Yeah.
Farthest we could travel is Pluto.
Yeah.
Like we're not. I think we actually went. I forgot what it was that went beyond Pluto, but that's after like 30 years.
Yeah.
So we're not, in terms of aerospace, we're not 100%. I don't know. I have a class right now.
Yeah, sure, I can let you go. Well, thank you so much for
I
your
have to
time.
go get my iPad, which I just realized I forgot.
And could I get your first name or any name
Oh,
you would
yeah,
like?
Julia.
Julia?
Mm-hmm. Nice
Awesome.
to meet you.
Thank you, Julia. Diamond.
Diamond, gotcha.
Thanks for the conversation.
Yeah. I don't mean to take it too much.
Figured it out. That didn't mean nothing.
Yeah, it's all good, actually. I don't mind being on camera.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And that's what you want to talk about, like the universe just created?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Who do I get to wear a mic?
I've got a mic right here.
All good. Oh, what's your name, by the way?
My name's David.
David Max.
Max?
Yeah, nice
M-A-X?
to meet you. Yeah.
Okay.
M-A-X, yeah.
Cool. Good to meet you, Max.
Yeah, you too.
Student here? David.
Yes, I am.
University of Maryland?
Yes.
Cool. How do you like it
Proud
so
to
far?
be. I love it here. It's a great school.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What are you studying?
Yeah, I can show you.
I'm studying kinesiology.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Kinesiology is the study of human movement, also in the realm of exercise science. Typical careers people might go into are PT, occupational therapy. You can do anything within medicine outside of like internal medicine.
Okay.
So maybe like chiropractic, but it's very wide ranging. You could go into medical sales even. It's very lucrative.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Cool. Just off topic real quick, because I know you want to talk about the universe and stuff.
Yeah.
What are your views on KT tape?
KT tape. I'm not familiar with the term.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's like some kind of medical tape that's supposed to...
Oh, is that like this, like the supportive stuff you see like football
yeah.
players wear?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't really know anything about it.
Okay.
It looks legit, but I don't actually know. Yeah.
All right.
Maybe it could like help with blood pressure and that way provide some support.
Okay. What about
That's
like,
why I'm studying kinesiology, because I don't know.
If you want to talk
Gotcha.
about where we can talk
What
about
about the suction therapy?
The suction cups, so those do promote blood flow, which can help with healing. So there's some legitimacy to it. Obviously, if you have like a herniated disc, then it's probably not going to fix that. Might need surgery on that. But yeah, it can definitely help with muscle recovery and all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Just curious, from someone who's knows a little bit more.
Yeah.
Than me.
I've never tried either, but I would love to. Yeah.
Give it a shot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
cool.
the fire cupping stuff.
Yeah.
I guess it's like there's fire cupping and then there's suction cupping.
funny because, like,
I don't know the difference really, but
Something like a dude.
yeah.
Cool. All right. So you wanted to talk about the idea that the universe was created.
Yeah.
Okay.
That there was a creator or a creation event. I guess specifically before the Big Bang.
Okay. There's something before the Big Bang.
Yeah, like
Okay.
as in the Big Bang was not the Big Bang did create the universe, but what created the Big Bang
Okay.
is more specific. Let's go deeper.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you mean by create?
Create does have the connotation of intentionality, and we often think when something is created, there was like a thought process and there was logic and reason and meaning behind it. I don't argue against that, but I do believe in creation in the sense that there was a direct intention, and I don't necessarily know what the meaning of that intention is, right? Some people subscribe meaning onto that as in the form of religion.
Okay.
But yeah, I do believe that there was creation, like something created the Big Bang.
With intention.
With an intention that I'm not claiming to say what that intention is, but yes, an intention.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the universe was created with an intention.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And what do you mean by intention again?
Intention. Oh, see, we're getting into the weeds here. Yeah. I like this. Okay. With a meaningful design in mind.
In mind?
Or out of mind. But yes.
Okay. Does intention require a mind?
A mind doesn't require a brain, but sure. I think intention could require a mind. Could require, well, what is a mind? Maybe mind is consciousness, an awareness, an ability to detect oneself amidst other things. Yeah.
Okay. So there was a self with intention.
Yeah. Or an other.
Okay. All right. So with this conclusion, the universe was created with an intention that also has a mind. With a mindful intention?
Yeah,
Would
I
that
like
be
that.
with a mindful intention? Okay.
Yeah.
Scale 0 to 100. How confident are you that this is the case?
I mean, obviously, I don't have any proof of this, but thinking logically about it, it seems like a pretty logical train of thought. I've heard other ideas that also make a lot of sense, but personally, what I like to believe in is this. So I would say 100% confidence.
100.
Yeah.
You want to believe it.
Well, let me say 99 to leave room for error. But
Okay.
yeah.
So we've gone from 100 to 99 already.
Yeah. 98? No, still 99.
Yeah, no, I gotcha.
Yeah.
So 99. Okay, 99. That's pretty high.
Yeah.
And you have no proof,
No proof,
and you want
unfortunately.
to believe it.
I want to believe it. I think we all want to believe the things we believe in, even if there isn't 100% certainty in it. But I don't think there's 100% certainty in anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's why you're at 99 and not 100?
Yeah.
Okay.
Could always be wrong.
How much do you suppose your wanting to believe this is affecting your confidence?
It's a good question. Like on a scale, or just my
Yeah,
thoughts on
like,
that?
if somebody wants to believe something, could that affect their confidence that it's true?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, definitely.
Could this be happening in your case?
Oh, definitely, yeah. But I also try and leave emotion out of it and try and think about it logically. I think emotion plays a role in anything. Logic and emotion are intertwined. You can't fully separate one from the other. Or maybe you could make a case that something like mathematics is pure logic. But yeah, I think it's pretty logical what my beliefs are.
Let's say hypothetically that you did not want to believe this,
Mm-hmm.
or you wanted to believe that this was not true.
Mm-hmm.
Where would your confidence go then?
If I didn't want to believe in it? Well, that's the thing. I didn't believe in this at first for the longest time. And I didn't want to believe that this was the case because it's honestly preferable to not believe in a meaningful intention and purpose in the universe, because then you can create your own meaning. And then you can kind of go with that wherever you want. You can make you can do whatever you want to do essentially, but if there is a conscious intention within creation, then you kind of have to suppose that your desire may not be the right thing to do at any given time.
You said that there was a time that you did not want to believe this.
Yeah. And honestly, I would love to not believe it even now, because it would make a lot of things a lot more simple. You know, it would take morality out of the equation. Well, you could make a case for morality in terms of keeping a society structurally sound, you know, helping people work together and build to not destroy each other so everyone can survive a little bit. But morality in the sense of like, what if I do this thing when no one's around and no one will ever know? Can I still be a good person, even if no one's around?
Okay.
Yeah.
We can talk about that in a second.
Okay.
You good on time?
Yeah. I definitely have like 10 more minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you did not want to believe this, what was your confidence in it being true at that point?
Well, I just didn't even think about it. But if you had asked me back then, I would have been 50-50, you know, could have been true, could have been not true. I just didn't give it that much thought. Yeah.
Okay. Could someone want to believe it? Let's say somebody wanted to believe it. How does that affect whether it's true or not?
If someone wants to believe it, does it I don't know if it affects the thing's intrinsic truth, but it would affect the truth in how they see it. So it would affect their truth about that thing.
They would have their own truth about it?
Yes. Which is completely possible, I think, for anything.
Okay. How could their truth affect the truth that we share?
How could their truth affect the truth that we share?
Like, is that two different things? Like, if somebody has their own truth, is that like an opinion they have? Or is it the truth the reality that we share? Like, do you think you have your own truth?
I see. So then,
That's a good question.
we're having conversations about things people believe, and
I definitely do have my own truths.
we have a YouTube channel that
What does something mean to be true?
awesome. So we were
What
just
does it
talking
mean
about
for something to be true?
Yeah.
I guess objective reality. But then that calls into question the entire nature of objective reality. Like, what is objective? I think I said earlier that nothing is really concrete. We don't know if anything is really here, right? Like, what's that theory? Like the last Tuesday paradox or something? I'm probably butchering that. But it's like, how do we know that everything we see was not created last Tuesday? Or maybe it's Thursday. But either way.
Or maybe like a solipsism type thing? Where I could be the only thing that actually exists and everything else is actually just in my mind.
Yeah, or that's solipsism?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, where you're the only mind.
Yeah.
And everything else that's happening is all happening in your own mind.
Yeah. And you're just, maybe you're in a matrix fugue state like Neo, and one day you might wake up from this imaginative reality that you created, or someone created for you even. We don't know.
Okay, we don't know if that's the case or not.
Yeah.
Are you convinced that we share the same planet?
The same what?
Planet?
Like me and you and everyone here? Yeah.
Okay.
As opposed to like a literal planet, or like a metaphorical planet of the mind?
When I think of truth, I think of reality.
Mm-hmm.
And when I think of reality, I think of like our world.
Mm-hmm.
And so the reason why I asked that question is, if you have your own truth, does that mean you have your own planet in a sense?
Yeah, so I mean, we'll go ahead.
You definitely have your own mental planet. Like, you have your own state that you exist in and act upon, right? Like,
I'm talking about outside of your mind.
Outside of your mind.
Not mind dependent. Are you convinced that we're sharing the same world, the same reality?
No, I'm not convinced. But just because you're not convinced of something doesn't mean you can't act as if that's the case. Because what happens is, if you convince yourself, let's say, that you don't share the same planet, okay, then what? What are you gonna do? Everything can just fall apart, right? Like you can become nihilistic. You're not really making any type of forward progress. And I guess you could say, like, well, what's the point of forward progress? But you do have to choose a path, right? You can't just say, like, I don't know anything, nothing's for certain, I'm just going to exist in this
It doesn't affect your
middle
behavior
state.
that much. That wouldn't affect your behavior that much. In other
What
words,
do you mean?
is that what the second word is saying? Like, if you found out that that we did have each our own worlds or whatever, you'd still wake up, still brush your teeth, still move around the world the same way. Is that kind of, would that be accurate?
Yeah.
Okay. So back to this idea, the universe was created with a mindful intention. Is that an example of something that's your truth, or is that an example of something that's true for our shared reality?
Right. Yeah. I guess I would say it's definitely my truth that I would project on other people, because in my truth it seems to make the most logical sense. But that's why I have a 99% confidence, because I'm definitely willing to hear someone else's truth to see if it aligns with mine, if it contradicts, if it changes my personal truth. So far, I have not heard anything, but I'm open-minded.
Quick thought experiment.
Okay.
In this box of Tic Tacs, would you agree that there's either an even or an odd number of Tic Tacs?
Oh, I have no idea. This is probably some, like, mind puzzle where, like...
No, it's not a trick.
Should I just guess? Okay.
No, I'm not asking you to guess whether it's even or odd. I'm asking you if you agree that there is either an even or an odd number of Tic Tacs in here.
Like my truth, basically.
In the reality that we share,
Yeah.
would you say that there's either an even or an odd number of Tic Tacs in here?
Okay. I'd say even.
Okay. Again,
I like
I'm
even
not, I'm
numbers.
not asking you to decide whether it's even or odd.
Okay.
I'm asking you if you would agree that there's one or the other. Even or odd.
Ooh, this makes me think about... Oh man, again, I'm gonna butcher the name of this experiment, but it's I think it's like the double slit experiment, where they found an electron or a particle of sorts can exist in either a wave or as a single particle at the same time. And I'm not gonna pretend to understand what any of that means, but I think it does indicate that two things can be true at once, and maybe even more than two things at once.
How does that work?
I think it's when, like, the moment that you see it in, the state it's in, is the truth, but that truth can shift depending on, if you're over here, or if you're looking through a different type of lens, or,
How could we find out how many are in here?
How can we find it? We count them.
Okay, say we counted them,
Yeah.
and we came up with 20.
Okay.
We counted them 1,000 times,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like,
and every time we came up with 20.
it sounds like you would
Mm-hmm.
judge things.
Would you say that means that there would be an even amount of Tic Tacs in here?
Yes.
By the way we define even and odd.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Okay. So if somebody walked up, let's say, do you know who this is?
So then,
Oh man, is it Moana?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
just call her Mo.
Mo.
Yeah. We're not dating.
Okay. I didn't think you guys were.
All right.
But the fact you said that makes me a little bit suspicious. So, but continuing. Yeah.
So she walks up and she says, "It's my truth that there is an odd number of Tic Tacs in here."
Okay.
Would she be mistaken?
My truth would indicate that she is wrong. I'm sorry, Mo. But yeah,
Okay.
I would have to say she is wrong.
Why would she be wrong?
Because we counted them 1,000 times. And and I'm assuming she didn't count them, she's just saying it's her truth. Or did she count them? And it is odd.
It's her claim that in here there's an odd number of Tic Tacs, and she's saying that it's her truth that that's the case.
I would say maybe that's true as your truth, but just because your truth dictates something that doesn't align with, other people's truths, and especially if multiple people have the same or a similar truth, then you don't have to have their truth, but you do have to understand that, maybe there's like a majority rules principle at play here. How are you going to act in this existence if your truth is completely separate from everyone else's? I'm sure you can. It's definitely possible. You have outliers all the time, but it's not conducive for the most progressive type of life.
Progressive type of life.
Productive,
Okay.
maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you can see, Mo doesn't have any shoes.
No, she doesn't.
She really wants some shoes, and she tells you that she really likes your boots.
Oh.
And even though
yeah.
they may not fit,
Okay.
it's her truth that those boots belong to her.
Oh, okay.
What then?
That's cool too, but I'll fight her for it because my truth is that they're my
You can
boots.
take Mo.
Yeah. I'll try and have a conversation with her first, But if she's very unreasonable, not willing to compromise, then
Why would she be mistaken about her boots being hers?
She's
even
not.
If she says it's my truth.
she's not mistaken. But because my truth contradicts, then it comes down to who can explain better or fight better about whose truth is superior.
Okay.
Yeah.
So truth depends on who's a better fighter.
Yeah, but not necessarily physically. Truth can also be a sparring of the mind, right? It can be who has better ideas, who has a deeper way of looking at it, who's given it more thought.
Does truth require mind?
Does truth require mind? What is mind? Whenever I think of mind, I think the brain, but then I imagine that consciousness also plays a role here. So, yes, truth requires mind in the sense of consciousness at the very least, or brain at the very least, if not also consciousness.
Was the planet here before brains were?
Yes, before brains, definitely.
Okay.
If you're going by Darwinian evolution, yes.
Is there any statement that we can make about the Earth that was previous to minds
Ooh,
and brains
yeah.
that is true?
That is true. Well, I could give you my truth. But it does seem to be that there is a consciousness or a super consciousness. Maybe you want to use the word God or creator, but some type of mental, or not even mental, it's beyond mental, it's transmental, but some type of understanding, experiencing mind, if you will, that existed before a brain, which creates thoughts through neural processes.
What if Mo said that it's her truth that you're wrong about this?
That's okay, but I would ask her to support that with, something convincing, like a statement that's convincing to.
It's her truth.
It's just her truth. See, again, that's okay, but her truth would not become my truth if her only support is that it's her truth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And if two people have contradictory truths,
Mm-hmm.
the only way to find out which is correct is by fighting
Yeah,
with
but
mind, or
preferably not with the body, because, we all know that doesn't really solve anything. At least not long term. Or
let's say
that's a
she's
broad
really
statement,
smart. Let's
Yeah.
say she's hypothetically,
Mhm.
she's way smarter than you.
Okay.
And
Possible.
what would she have to say to convince you that her truth is the correct one?
Like straw man my argument, basically.
Maybe. Or like say you have a contradictory truth than Mo's.
Mhm.
and she's way smarter, so she would win the fight. What would she have to say? How would she convince you?
How would she convince me? How would I convince myself that I'm wrong? It's another way of looking at that question. I've tried this. I've tried this in a lot of different ways. And either I'm not smart enough to do it, to outthink myself, because I think you have to, or open-minded maybe, but I don't know. One argument I heard is that the universe, like this idea of infinity, is true, but not in the sense of like a god or creator or super consciousness that had intention. The universe has kind of always existed and always will exist. So it's infinite in both directions. And that's definitely appealing, but then, I wonder where you get something like consciousness from that, or life, I should say. If the universe just always existed, you would think it would just be dead matter, right? It would just be chemical, like compounds, elements, and then maybe they would form together to create dead matter, like rocks and planetary systems. But where do you get something like life from a rock or from an element, right? There's the idea of the soup, what do they call the soup? It's called like
Sludge.
Yeah, like the
You're talking about abiogenesis.
Yeah.
Like how could life come from non-life?
Yeah, exactly. They're not prebiotic. That's not the right term, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The audience knows what I'm talking about. But yeah, that there was this soup, this primordial soup that was, some amount of energy went into it and stirred it up in such a way that it created life. But even then, how is that life conscious? How is it not just this robotic, fleshy, biological robot? Where does it get this ability to introspect and to emote and to relate and to transcend itself? There's all sorts of things like out-of-body experiences, NDEs, near-death experiences, things that definitely transcend biological reality. And where is that place? That
NDEs transcend biology?
Yeah, there's, or at least physical biology. There's countless stories of people who have been on the surgery table, pretty much dead, like their brain waves shut down, but, they come back and they're able to report what conversations were taking place in the room, what people were wearing. Some people, there are stories of people who float up to the room above them, and they're able to report something that was happening in a room they weren't even in.
Do NDEs affect your confidence?
In what?
In the universe was created with a mindful intention.
Yeah, the NDEs specifically only give me a slight confidence because, it's like, it's all kind of, it just relies on the individual's reliability. There isn't necessarily a way to prove these experiences are true. It's very odd, it's very curious, but you can't prove it.
Okay. Is there any way to test this idea?
Of NDEs?
No, the universe was created with a mindful intention.
For me, reality.
To test that? That's a good question. I don't know. My go-to response is no, because if there was, then I would think we would have, and if we would have proven whether it's true or not, and we would just know, and we wouldn't even be having this conversation. But yeah, my go-to response is no.
Okay.
There's no way to test.
So just to sum up, and we'll wrap up because I know you gotta go.
Okay.
You're 99% confident in something that we have no proof and we have no way to test, and it's your truth.
A way of falsifying.
Yeah.
So if I'm
Yeah,
wrong, I
but-
make a prediction.
Taking into consideration the whole conversation as well. If you were to just put that on my resume, I would look pretty whack. But yes.
Are you still at 99?
Fair, problem solved.
Am I at 99?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still
Why not? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was fun.
Okay.
Max.
Yeah. David?
Yeah.
Right.
Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah. Is this gonna go on YouTube? Can I watch
Yeah,
this
that's
later?
okay.
Okay. Of course. Yeah. That'd be great.
I've got a big backlog
I
going.
want to show my mom. Hey, Mom.
Hey, Mom.
It's really coming down.
Yeah, if you want, you can scan that QR code. It takes you right to my YouTube channel. We also offer these puzzle pieces as a reminder of the conversation.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that. Can I have the red one?
You can have the red one.
I love the color red.
Go for it.
Thank you.
The idea is if you see us out here again,
Mhm.
you can have another conversation and earn another color and build out the whole set.
Oh, no way.
This guy's
That's
name
so much
is
fun.
Diamond.
What's his name?
His name's Diamond.
Diamond.
Yep, he lives near here, so he's local. I'm doing a tour across or around the country from Olympia, Washington. So you may not see me anytime soon again, but if you see him out here, have another conversation with him, he'd be stoked to do it, and you could earn another puzzle piece.
Okay. I'm looking forward to it.
Cool.
Yeah,
That was
dude.
fun.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
I
you're
really
welcome.
appreciate the opportunity.
Absolutely. Thanks for stopping.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Have a great day.
Yeah, you too.
I will.